double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone. So we're out here prophesying. Once again, giving honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. And we give, as always, double honors to our elders and apostles, great millstone. Shalom to the 144,000 of the nation of Israel. Starting with the heads, which are the leaders, the teachers, and the great multitude that will be delivered out of America, Babylon the Great. We are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. We prophesying in the Most High God's name, which his name is Yahweh. It's not Jehovah, it's not Yahuwah. It is Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Ba'ashem means in the name, the ancient Hebrew tongue, Yahushai. Hamashiach, as we call Jesus Christ. Right? So this is what we're out here to give you. The gospel of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, which is available in the book. Right? Prophecies that will come to pass. Like the main prophecy is Revelation 13 to 16, which says, He calls them both small and great, rich and poor. You see they mark in the right hand and in the forehead. That is talking about the Pharagma, which is also known as the R5 chip. Right, martial laws coming to America, Babylon Great, FEMA camps, world economic collapse. All these things are written to come to pass. Thus saith the word of the Lord. Right? So now let's get started going into some precepts. And Lord willing, we're edified. Right, through the Spirit of the Lord. Shalakia. So through the Spirit of the Lord, Lord willing, you're edified. So let's get right into it. Right? I'm going to start off at Salakia. Got my precepts down. So last camp, I really wasn't able to get the precepts out because of the wind from the highway. So I moved closer, and that way there's more. You can hear a little bit more, right? The scriptures, right? The lesson, right? At hand, right? So we move away from the street, and Lord willing, we're edified, right? So let's get to it. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1. Hebrews 12 and 1 says, Wherefore seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses. That's not what I'm looking for. Luke chapter 3 and verse 10. Luke chapter 3 verse 10 says, And the people asked him, saying, What shall we do then? He answered and said unto them, He that hath 2 coats, let him impart to him that have none. And he that hath meat, let him do likewise. Then came the publicans also to be baptized, and said unto him, Master, what shall we do? He said unto them, Exact no more than that which is appointed unto you. And the soldiers likewise commanded him, saying, And what shall we do? And he said unto them, Do violence to no man, either accuse any falsely, and be content with your wages, right? So you had Jake in Rome doing different jobs, right? Our job, right, just like John the Baptist, right, is to anoint the remnant with the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, right, which is giving them a charge, right, whether they be doing particular things here or there, right. Our job is to give that charge, right, over the hopeful elect, right, which is the remnant, right. So you had Jake doing tax work for Esau Edom. You had Jake doing working in the centurions, in the army, but you have Jake today, right? We tell you, right, you're serving in Esau's army, you're gonna be destroyed, right? Because he's ultimately gonna want to come up against the second coming of Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, who we call Jesus Christ, right? Which is Black Messiah, right? It's not dog-haired, right? White Jesus Christ, and prophesying the testimony that the Lord gave of his son, which is Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, right? Luke chapter 3 and verse 15. And as the people were in expectation, and all men mused in their hearts of John, whether we were of Hamashiach or not, John answered, saying unto them, I indeed baptize you with water, but one mightier than I cometh, the latch of whose shoes I am not worthy to unloose. He shall baptize you with the Holy Ghost and with fire, which was the purpose of John the Baptist, right? He was at one crying in the wilderness, right? America, Babylon the Great, is a wilderness, right, for you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, which are Israelites, right? So we are these ones crying in the wilderness, meaning what? We're prophesying the name of Yahweh Bashim Shai, telling you about the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip. Things like martial law, FEMA camps, World War III, world economic collapse, all these things are written to come to pass according to the Holy Bible, right? So we're making the way straight of the Lord by what? Making these sit downs, the lessons, going into the history, going into the Hebrew, going into the Greek, right? The book of Malachi says they spoke often one to another, right? So that's how the body is being edified by these precepts, right? The sit downs, right? The admonitions, making ways straight of Yahweh Bashim Shai, till we all come into what? The unity of the faith, right? So we are as guides because we're giving instructions to Jake that is doing particular positions, that work in particular positions in America, Babylon the Great, right? So not everyone has the same lot, right? We have some that are the heads, the teachers, like our elders and apostles at Great Mill Stone, right? Then you have those that are learning, right? Those that build themselves up and then go out and teach eventually. Or you may be performing in administration, a different type of administration, how it needs, right, video editing, whatever the case may be, right? The body is still of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, right? So we all play a different part, but this is why the Lord made the heads in order for what? For them to fulfill their particular charge, right? That is our job, right? To cry out until the Lord brings judgment to America, Babylon the Great, right? First, you gotta have the RFID chip being implemented, all hell break loose, martial law implemented, right? All these things come to pass, right? So this is a job. We are a type of John the Baptist, just like a type of Yahweh Shai, which is why he said the servant is not above his master, right? So these are the 12 tribes of Israel. You have the tribe of Judah, which are the so-called African Americans today. The tribe of Benjamin, they are the West Indians. The Levites or the Haitians today. The tribe of Simeon are the so-called Dominicans. Tribe of Zebulun from Guatemala to Panama. Ephraim, which are the so-called Puerto Ricans. Manasseh, they are the so-called Cubans. Gad, the North American Indians. Reuben, they are the Seminole Indians. Naphtali from Argentina to Chile. The tribe of Asher from Colombia to Uruguay, and of course the tribe of Issachar, which are the so-called Mexicans today. Right, so this is the job of the servants of the Lord to prophesy, right, the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, right, until his judgments are made manifest and revisits the earth in the form of what? The chariots, the curse that will devour the earth, which are the so-called UFOs, according to the Holy Bible, right? So all these things are written in the volume of the book, like Yahweh Shai spoke about. So now, let's go to the next precept. Which you have Isaiah chapter 24. We're actually going to do a quick review of this chapter because this chapter is important, right? In the sense that it speaks about the coming destruction, which will come in the form of thermonuclear fire, right? Ezekiel chapter 38, Isaiah chapter 49. At least the flock will draw them out. That conflict in the land of Israel will escalate and lead to World War III, right? To great tribulation, right? Like the book of Revelation says that they did not repent of their odious works of witchcraft, right? The paper dollar is a sorcery, right? They didn't repent of their thefts. Like it says in the book of Revelations, right? The so-called white man, which is Esau Edom, right? Hashatan in the flesh, right? So even when you have World War III come to pass, right, you're still gonna have Ishmael, right, praying to his idol, right? You're gonna have the nations, you're gonna have Elam still in the temples with his rat relatives, right? They're not going to repent of their works, right? Because they're going to keep saying, "Well, the Lord has not appeared. He's not hearing the Israelites, right?" But we're waiting for that change till our change come, right? Like Paul the Apostle said, right? Which is going to come at the perfect time, right? Which is why you have 7 trumpets. The Lord is not going to bring his judgment, right, immediately, right? He's going to send his servants, which are the voice. They're going to speak it, and then things will come to a full end eventually, right? So Isaiah chapter 24. Verse 1 says, "Behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof." Just like it says in the book of Acts, that they said they have turned the world upside down with their words, right? Which is why a particular emperor kicked out Jake from I gotta look it up, but because I don't recall this, why it's good to go over the breakdowns, because they were Jews that were expelled out of parts of Rome, right? Why? Because of the preaching, the doctrine that they had, right? That is what happened. They were expelled, and because they have turned the world upside down with their words. Right? Isaiah 24 and 2. "And it shall be as with the people, so with the priest, as with the servant, so with his master, as with the maid, so with her mistress, as with the buyer, so with the seller." As with the lender, so with the borrower, as with the taker of usury, so with the giver of usury to him. The land shall be utterly emptied and utterly spoiled. For the Lord has spoken his word, right? Which is why it says, right, Revelation 13:16, both small and great, rich and poor, right? Doesn't matter what family you come from, whether you're a Hamite, whether you're a Japheth, right? The Lord is going to bring the destruction, right? You other nations are gonna be dismayed. The Lord's going to shut your mouth in that day, right? Like it says in the book of Micah, that they know not the Lord's counsel, right? The last book of Micah says, the last chapter says that the nations will be confounded, right? There's another chapter in Isaiah that says that the kings of the earth have heard, but they have not understood, right? Because you goddamn devils. You think with your 5 minute cities, you think with your secret councils that the Lord is going to not go forth with His word. He's not going to perform it, right? Jake says that the Lord has not visited the earth. I believe that's in the book of Malachi, right? Or Ezekiel, the Lord has forsaken the earth, right? Which Ezekiel saw Jake in a low state, right? There's a book in Ezekiel that says that dig into told Ezekiel, dig into the wall and behold the abominations that Jake does, which is that via the World Wide Web, right? So this is what it says also in the book of Malachi, right? That the Lord, the God of, where is the God of judgment, right? But they say it like to mock. We don't say it to mock. We're actually, right? We need Yahweh Bashim Shai, right? He's already with us, but we need him to execute his wrath, which is our hope, right? We're not hoping that you Edomites continue to reign forever, right? Do we get along with you in society? Of course we do, because, right, we have an excellent spirit in us. But with the Lord execute vengeance, yes. Do we want that to happen? Yes, because you're not taking care of the earth. You are destroying the earth. You had your time to rule, right? And may the Most High destroy you devils, right? Like you other nations as well, because you're off as hell, right? You got the so-called Moabite, the Ammonite, the Chinese, Japanese, still eating abominations, right? You other nations are off. The Lord is gonna destroy you as well. 2/3, right? We were once destroyed for lack of knowledge, but thanks to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, right, He has given us a part of our heritage back, which is the scriptures, right, which is knowing the word, right, and what is written thereof, right. So that's what he has given us back, the heavenly hope, right, in order to see, right, the works of the Lord. St. Peter says that this knowledge is a marvelous light, right? And this is what Peter the Apostle said. He said, you are a holy people, nation of kings and priests, to show praises unto him that created you. Because that's what it's about. It's about glorifying his name, right? It's not about us. It's not about how angry we are, right? Because we're pissed off, right? We're sick of you scoffers, right? But we're not going to, Paul the Apostle said, do not sleep upon your wrath, right? So it's not about our anger. It's not about what Esau did to us as a people, right? Like put chains on the real Jews, right? Which are those that are chosen, right? He put, and that's part of the curses, right? He put curses. He put the yokes of iron on Jacob, right? And scattered our people, right? Via transatlantic slave trade, sub-Saharan slave trade, right? We're scattered throughout all the parts of the world, which is why some of our people are in the Holy Land today. Some of our people are claiming the side of the Palestinians, right? But the majority are here in America, Babylon the Great, right? To receive either their judgment or to be delivered by the chariots of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, which are the holy angels, the so-called UFOs, UAPs, according to the Holy Bible, right? So it says Isaiah 24 and verse 3, the land shall be utterly empty and utterly spoiled. For the Lord hath spoken his word, the earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languisheth and fadeth away, the haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth is also defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. Right? The curse are the chariots which will come to America, Babylon the Great, Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, who you call Jesus Christ, will return, which is the black Messiah, to destroy 2/3 of you so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, as well as those that look like other nations. Because our ancestors took wives of the other nations so their children look like them. That is the mystery of the Gentiles, right? So no, we're not angry. We're not showing our anger, but we want to show our anger. But this is about edification, right? We're not going to react to devils that keep provoking, right? And you Jakes are sold out too. We know these fucking devils are provoking you too, right? But you gotta know how to keep your composure, right? That's what the book of St. Peter says, that the afflictions accomplished in you are accomplished in your brethren that is in the world, right? Shalaki, let me get this real quick. We're gonna do this. You devils can piss off, right? So let's get another precept. So Esau Edom has changed the laws, broke the everlasting covenant, right? Distorted the times, changed the times, the seasons, right? Wants to wear us out via secret councils, right? And that's fine. But the Lord is going to make an end of you goddamn devils, of you nations, right? Now you have the Psalms 83, which says they have conspired to cut us off as a people. But guess what? Eventually, as more store closures come to pass, Satan is going to be divided more and more and more, and it's already here. It's already here. America is under siege, right? There's no secret. It's not a big secret, right? Everyone knows why, right? You're just being given the illusion that things could possibly go back to normal, given the illusion that okay, numbers matter. Numbers do not matter, because numbers matter, but when the famine comes, that's not going to matter. You women are going to be caught out there, right? This is why you need protection of a man, right? But a lot of you leagues are proud. You don't think you need a man, right? You don't think you need a guy, a head, right? The man has his strength, right? The women nurture the children. It's a team, right? 1 + 1 is 2. It's simple as that, right? Isaiah 24:6. Therefore have the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry hearted do sigh. Right? Uh, right. New wine is what? Wokeism, right? Chemitism, right? The new doctrine, the new philosophy, right? The vine languisheth, all the merry hearted do sigh, because, right? The food is not good no more, right? Via these 5 minute cities, which a 5 minute city means they're turning neighborhoods into villages, right? And you're only going to have access to things within 5 miles, right? The purpose of that is to lessen the options, the choices, right? And you're going to be happy with your daily routine. Meanwhile, what you're eating is making you fat, right? It's making you sick, right? The same places you frequent, right? That's a conditioning you for the new world order, right? Which is here, but it's not actually going to be fulfilled, right? So this is all conditioning, okay? Going to the same market, getting your usual, right? Seeing the same people, right? But they don't want it yet. On the other side, you got Jake still being demonized. He's always been demonized, the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American, right? Scriptures say Judah will not vex Ephraim, right? Jake is awoke at the end of the day. Whether you're in the truth or not, you know of the truth, or you're in the truth, right? And that is the purpose of these 5 minute cities as well. For not Jake to be able to congregate or to be around each other, right? Because they need these other nations, Esau, to influence them, whether by fear, whether by coercion, right? Threats, whatever the case may be. By any means necessary. That's right, the plans of these devils, right? All the merry hearted do sigh, right? Because you have the thing called languishing, right? And back in the 60s, back in the 70s, even in the early 80s, 90s, American Babylon the Great was sweet, right? Everybody was out. Everybody was, right? There was no agendas. Right now, everybody has an agenda. Everybody's looking at you a certain way. Everybody's being a creep, right? Because the Lord is making you devils choose sides. The Lord is making Jake choose sides, right? So you're either with this thing or not. You're either with the wicked or you're with the righteous. You other nations cannot be with the righteous. The East Indian, the Chinese, the Chinaman, you can't be with the righteous because you love Esau's world, which is why you conform to his world, right? You're still being fed his bread, right? But eventually you're going to lift up. These other nations are lifting up the heel against Esau, right? They ate up his bread. Now they sent the money back to the countries. They got overseas manufacturers, right? And Esau is fucked, basically, right? Yeah, he still counts. He still controls the food, the resources. But what is going to happen eventually is that these devils are going to continue until they have no other option but to either enact martial law or to starve out the nations, which they're going to do both, right? There's a siege going on right now, right? That is what is happening. That is why you see store closures. That is why you see the heathens running these stores, and then their stores eventually have to close up, When they close up, they're going to have to sell. And who's going to buy it? The small hats. Esau. Why? Because he has what? Generational wealth. Right? Via slaying, raping, robbing, murdering the whole earth. Esau, Edom, which is the so-called white man. Right? So that's what's going to happen. Right? The Lord is dividing the works of you devils. Right? So it says, Isaiah 24:8, the mirth of tablets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice, and in the joy endeth, the joy of the harp ceaseth. Right? And you read about that in the last book of Ecclesiastes, that what? That song is brought low. Right? The right, nothing is good. The movies are not good. Right? The music ain't good. Everything is trash. Because Jake can't create in this type of right, under this type of scrutiny, right? Because everything you do gets scrutinized, right? Repetitiveness. That's the new brainwashing mechanism, right? Your daily routine is going to be your daily routine, and that's prepping you for the grooming you. That's prepping you for the new world order, right? That is the purpose of these migrants. Northern Kingdom being demonized, right? Southern Kingdom, right? There's an attempt to divide the tribes. Those that are in the truth and not in the truth, right? But the Lord said, these things Judah shall not vex Ephraim, right? Because we're prophesying now. Those that are in the truth, prophesying, right? We know the truth is out, the cat's out the bag, right? Isaiah 24:9, they shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. That's going into 5-minute cities, right? It's no longer about a big metropolis and right the tribes being around each other. Because Jake likes to talk. Jake likes to ask questions. This is contrary to what the wicked elites want. The wicked elites want Jake to be apart from each other. Jake not to multiply, right? They want you to be indoors. They want you, right? They want to paint a picture of oh, it's bad. It's bad out there, and yada yada yada, right? Anything to keep Jake occupied. Work, work, work. Because that's all Jake can do, right? Constantly be working, right? Meanwhile, the other nations, Esau, right? They got all the good jobs. They get time off. They get right. They that's part of this council, right? And that's fine, right? Because that's part of the curses. Everyone being the head and Jake being the tail, right? So this is not our rest, right? This will destroy you with a sword of destruction, like the scriptures say. Micah 5:10, right? This is not Jake's rest, right? Isaiah 24:11, there is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. Why? Because gross darkness has covered the people, right? But the light of the Lord has sprung up within us, which is the remnant of the nation of Israel, which consists of the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, right? The 12 tribes of Israel, Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelite camp, right? Has 100% truth. That's Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelites, right? The RFID chip is a mark of the beast. Martial law is coming, FEMA camps, Hebrew Israelites. Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelites. Camp, right? These other camps are not saying the truth. IUIC, ISUPK, Sakari, which have a 501c3 tax exempt contract like your local Christian and Catholic pastor, right? So it says what? Isaiah 24 and 12, and the city is left desolation. The gate is smitten with destruction. When thus it shall be in the midst of the land among the people, there shall be as a shaking of an olive tree, and as the gleaning grapes when the vintage is done. Because the Lord is going to shake the earth at the end of the day. Therefore, glorify Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai in the fires, even the name of God, the God of Israel, in the isles of the sea. Because that's also written in, I believe that's Book of Revelation, that they will stand in the firmament and they're going to praise Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, singing the Song of Moses, the new song, which is essentially the same thing, right? Because of the Lord showing his work upon the earth, right? Him fulfilling that which was written, right, concerning the scriptures, right? Isaiah 24 and 15, 16, from the uttermost part of the earth have you heard songs, even glory to the righteous. But I said, my leanness bore unto me. The treacherous dealers have dealt treacherously, right? So the world is hearing that song, right? But 2/3 are not going to get it, right? Because they have no faith, right? They don't believe that the Lord is going to come back, right? The heathens are, to them, this is just a joke, right? Like Ishmael mocked at Isaac. This is what these other nations, they got a mocking demon on it, right? All these philosophies, they're just there to mock, right? That's the job of you nations, right? To mock, to scorn, right? To cause distractions, right? To create distractions, right? So on and so forth. Isaiah 24 and 17, fear in the pit and the snare are upon thee, O inhabitant of the earth. And it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit, and he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in the snare, for the windows from on high are open, and the foundations of the earth do shake. Right? Because that's what the Lord is going to happen. He's going to, what? Cause the earth to, the windows to open, right? The missiles to come down, martial law to be enacted, right? More store closures, more deception, more lies.
I know, I see you running. Go ahead.
Right? So that's why America is under siege, right? You other nations are not with Esau either, right? You other nations are right? Everyone is for his people now, right? And it's evident who the nations are. It's evident who Esau Edom is. It's evident the tribes are here, right? So the evidence, we have receipts, right? We go to history, archaeology, definition of words, Greek, Hebrew, etc., etc. Isaiah 24 and 18, and it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit. Or verse 19, the earth is utterly broken down, the earth is clean dissolved, the earth is moved exceedingly. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, it shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall but not rise again. And it shall come to pass. Well, how's that going to happen? Thermonuclear fire, intercontinental ballistic missiles, world economic collapse, the RFID chip being the mark of the beast, Gray Millstone, Hebrew Israelites camp, not IUIC, not ISUPK, Sakari, that's Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelites. Verse 21, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. They shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days they shall be visited. Right? That's talking about the few men that are left. Their earth is burned. That's what the Lord is going to do. The few men left are the wicked elites that have their bunkers underground. Right? They're going to watch Yahweh second coming via satellite TV. Right? You're going to have the other nations. They're going to be fleeing when the missiles hit. Missiles are going to hit around other parts of the earth. Right? Some of you Hamites are going to make it, but you're going to go into chains. Right? The only Edomites that are basically going to make it are the wicked elite. Because they're going to use you regular Edomites to fight the wars. They're going to use Jake to fight the wars. The draft is going to come back. Right? Then the moon shall be confounded and the sun ashamed, when the Lord of hosts shall reign on Mount Zion and in Jerusalem before his ancients gloriously. Right? We are the ancient men. Right? Because we are our forefathers. Now we're back prophesying. Right? But we have the understanding now. Right? Jeremiah did not know what he spoke about. Jeremiah didn't understand the visions. Yahushua didn't know concerning things to come. When he was as Yahushua, he did. When he was Solomon, he didn't. Right? That's the difference between resurrection and reincarnation. Which vocab alone says that there's no such thing as that. There's no such thing as reincarnation in the Bible. Right? And these men are scoffers. Right? There's a spiritual resurrection. There's an actual resurrection. These are the points that we have to talk about. These are the things that we must talk about, right, in order to bring the unity of the faith, right? Not the same old thing that you other camps talk about. Kiss the boot, Esau, Edom, you're going to be destroyed. Obadiah 1 and 18. That's not what's important. What's important is edifying the remnant, which will receive the understanding. Like Elder Apostle Hall recently said. He said, I believe that's in 2nd Esdras, right, where all them books were written, right? But a few of them were left to be given to the wise of the people, right? So it doesn't work like that. The great multitude is not going to pick up the scriptures and okay, I got it. I don't need the elders. Right? I don't need Apostle Tahar. Right? We have elders for a reason because we learn from them. Right? What does it say in the book of Hebrews? That my ears has thou opened. Right? Who comes to the volume of the book? Yahushua HaMashiach. Right? My ears being open goes deeper than just the understanding being given. That's talking about reincarnation. Because if you were meant to get it, then you were meant to get it because you got it in the past life. So there's other precepts that you can use, and it speaks about reincarnation and resurrection, right? But do you have your spiritual lenses on? You either have them or you don't, right? So verse 23, Isaiah 24 and 23, what does that mean? The sun, the moon being confounded, right? That's talking about, right, the, uh, the, the glory of the moon, the sun. That's not going to be the glory or one of the seven wonders. That's not going to be a wonder anymore. Yahweh Shai, the elect in immortal bodies, they're going to be the new wonder. The sun and the moon are not going to matter, right? That's all it's going into, right? And then you read other parts of the scriptures where it says the sun and the moon being withdrawn. It's talking about understanding, right? Understanding why? Because there's going to be a famine of the word. 2/3 are going to receive the judgment, and the remnant are going to have that understanding within them because they had already received it and read it and picked up the book and read it, and they understood what was written. Right? The sun and the moon being withdrawn also means that common sense is not going to be so common anymore. And that's the truth of the matter. Is that common sense is not as common as it once was. Right? Because this is what's being glorified in these latter days. Foolery, right? Stupidity, right? The water Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai for our elders and apostles at Great Mill Stone, right? The water Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai for another day to wake up and give praises to your name and to continue to remain in the word, right? Steadfast to the end. Why? Because the end is being made manifest, right? The end is being made manifest. So the Lord said, the halted, the maimed, He's going to deliver them, right? Now, what does that mean, right? That means Esau attempting to hinder our work, right? Maimed speaks about, being in tribulation, right? Because that's how the Lord makes us perfect. Through tribulation, right? Through drawbacks. Scriptures say that what? A righteous man falleth 10 times and gives back up. Or 7 times, right? But you can have actual thorns on your side, like Paul the Apostle. Right? He said, Satan came as a thorn on my side, right? So, you got Jake, some of you Jakes are going through hell, right? So it's physical, but it's also, it means to be hindered, halted, right? Drawbacks, setbacks, right? Which are placed on us by Esau, Edom, the nations, Psalms 83. They have conspired to cut us off as a people. The Moabites, the Ammonites, the Moabites are the Chinese, the Ammonites are the Japanese, the Hagarenes, they are the sons of Ham, they are the so-called Africans, not the Negroes, right? 2 distinct people, 2 distinct nations, right? Ham was the son of Shem, or Noah. Out of Shem came Abraham, Ishmael, right? Which is where Muhammad claims his descendancy, right? Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, right? So we are Shemites, right? Because we came from Shem, right? The Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, right? So they have conspired to cut us off from being a nation, right? The halted, the maimed, right? 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 9, which speaks about what? Let's get that real quick. First Peter 5 and 9. We resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. Right? So Paul the Apostle is saying for us to stay steadfast in the faith, because we know that all the tribes are going to hell, going through hell, right? But we're going through hell, and we know why we're going through hell. We acknowledge that we had went off to remain, so that we can remain steadfast in the faith. Because what? What was going on in the ancient Roman Empire? What was going on was Jake was in danger. Jake was catching hell, just like he's catching hell in this society, right? Jake was catching hell, and Jake was catching hell, right? He was catching hell in this society too, right? Because you had a particular chapter in the book of St. Luke that says that it was Jake going up to offer the sacrifice, and Herod came and slayed a whole bunch of them. Or Pilates had mingled the sacrifices of the Jews with blood, right? And these things are going to be outlawed to say, right? That the Jews killed Jesus, their blood be upon us. That's what I read recently online. Lord willing, I'll do a video on that. But, right, they're going to call it anti-Sem, right? When that's written in the scriptures, right? We're not speaking about the small hats, those that claim to be the people of the Lord today. We're talking about historical accounts, right? So that Jake was going through hell, right? And 2/3, their mind is maimed. Their understanding is maimed, right? They call it PTSD, right? And even if you sell out, you're still going to be halted, because you're still going to have drawbacks, right? Diddy, he sold out, and now the Lord, the devil wants, he wants that soul, right? He wants another sacrifice, right? Because no matter how big you get as a so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American, you can only get so far, right? Satan is only going to let you get so far, and then he's going to take you out, like he does these rappers, like he does particular movie stars, right? They eventually go bankrupt, and so on and so forth, right? Because that's Jake, right? So that's why the scriptures say your covenant of death will be disannulled. The covenant of death being disannulled, right? So that's what's being pushed. Less options, separation, fear. That 5-minute cities, they don't have to rebuild the cities. All they have to do is close down some shops, right? Get a certain demographic to be in a certain area, right? Or mixed demographics. That's what they did in the ancient Assyrian Empire. That's what the ancient Assyrians did. They came up with deportations, right? They would push particular people to one side of the kingdom and particular people to another side, right? Nothing is new under the sun, right? There's nothing new under the sun. These things have already happened, right? These things have, and this is history, right? These are historical accounts. So let's go to Salakia. Bear with me 1 second. So fear tactics, right? Relying on the system. That's what they're going to want, for you to rely on the system more and more, right? As more store closures hit, right? So Yahweh Shai didn't come during his ministry, and he did it smoothly, right? No, he was halted, meaning he had stumbling blocks, right? He went through persecution, right? So we're a type of Yahweh Shai, halted, maimed, etc., etc., right? The Lord is not going to give you the kingdom in a platter. That's why 2/3 will not even come into this thing, right? Because they think they want the Lord to just give them the kingdom in a platter. That's not going to happen, right? You're not going to have the kingdom handed to you. You got to do the work. You got to receive the understanding, right? Do the lessons, the sit downs, right? Reprove, rebuke, exhort, right? In season, out of season. IUIC, they take the winters off, right? Bishop Nathaniel, the only time you see him in the street preaching is when they go to these churches. Every Friday, every Saturday, all you see him is in the classroom. The Lord didn't say go out into the classrooms and bring my people in. He said go out to the highways and byways, right? Right? So you devils are slick. That 5 Minute City thing, Agenda 21, Agenda 20, right? They don't want Jake around Jake, right? So 5 Minute Cities, it says, is a bottom-up model to transform neighborhoods into villages where people can walk to familiar faces. The idea is that everything one needs should be within 5 miles, right? But Esau's enchantments are not working, right? Which is why the scriptures say that they will seek to the familiar spirits, those that to the wizards, to the augurs, whatever the case may be, right? Which is why you got particular people trying to talk over us, so we move location, and that's fine, because that just means the word is going out in more places, right? You got people whispering in the background as they walk by, right? And all these things, the Lord is still going to bring down America, Babylon the Great. Guess what? Store closures will still happen. Guess what? We're still going to preach Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, right? Guess what? The Lord is going to destroy 2/3, right? So these nations are still working with each other, but they're divided. And that's on point, because that's what it says in the book of Daniel. Right, the feet was like unto iron and clay, and it did not mix. Right, so the councils will fail when more store closures hit, and Satan is going to be more and more divided. It's going to be apparent. You're going to realize eventually, your other nations, that your own people are going to sell you out too. Your own people are going to sell you out when that day comes. For a loaf of bread, right? So the Lord is fine-tuning us via setbacks, tribulation, the word going out, right? You're only giving us motivation. to push harder, right? You're only giving us that extra push. That's what the Lord is doing via tribulation, left hand side, right? Giving us that extra push, right? So that's the whole point of this ministry, coming in the unity of the faith, the truth being preached, the kingdom of heaven being preached, right? The remnant receiving it, right? So the remnant are not just going to pick up the scriptures and, okay, I got it, or I got all the breakdowns, right? I got the milk, I got the meat. No, you have to have the teachers, right? Teaching, right? So this is how it's supposed to play out, right? Wadi Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, right? And Apostle Ramlab recently spoke about that untempered mortar, which is what these other camps are, right? Which is why they have to be scrutinized. Ezekiel chapter 13 and 11, right? Let's get that, right? Because in the ancient days, you had the way you would use plaster, mortar, would be through nature, right? Tree sap, right? Um, and so on and so forth, right? That's what keeps our doctrine together. The natural, the natural way, right? Which is the way that the Lord gave since the beginning, right? These other camps, they're untempered mortar, just like Esau's modern day concrete or insulation. Got all types of chemicals in it, additives, right? The Lord didn't say right? The Lord made things out of the earth to be used in its natural state, right? So let's get that in Ezekiel chapter 13. Ezekiel 13 and 11. Say unto them which daub it, Ezekiel 13 and 10, because even they have seduced my people, saying, peace, and there was no peace. And one built up a wall, and lo, others daubed it with untempered mortar. Say unto them which daub it with untempered mortar, that it shall fall. There shall be an overflowing shower, and you, O great hailstones, shall fall, and a stormy wind shall rent it. Lo, when the wall is fallen, shall it not be said unto you, where is the daubing wherein you have daubed it? Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, I will even rent it with a stormy wind in my fury. And there shall be an overflowing shower in mine anger, and great hailstones in my fury to consume it. So that's what these other camps are saying. Peace, peace, right? They got holes in their doctrine because their mortar is not pure, right? It's not tempered. When you temper something, you have to burn it like metals. You got to temper metals. You got to burn them to a certain degree in order for them to be fortified, right? That's what you do with mortar, right? Bricks. They have to be ceramics, right? They have to be produced a certain way, right? So let's get some more precepts. Luke chapter 14, verse 21. Luke 14 to 21. Or actually, that's not what I'm looking for. Micah chapter 4 and verse 7. And I will make her that halted a remnant, and her that was cast far off a strong nation. And the Lord shall reign over them, and in Mount Zion from henceforth, even forever. Right? Because that's what the remnant is, right? Constantly, being hindered, right? Spoken bad against, right? The black Hebrew Israelites were crazy, talking about UFOs. There is no reincarnation, like Vocab Malone says, right? Like it says in the book of Wisdom of Solomon, right? They said, let us condemn them with the shameful death, right? Because they claim to be, they claim that God is their father, right? Which is talking about the Pharisees and how what they thought about Yahweh Shai. But it goes into Esau too, and how he sees us, right? And that's part of his counsels, to defame the witness, to shame us, right? To mess with our feelings, right? Right? Which is why you gotta watch what you eat, right? You don't know what these people are putting in your food, right? This is why Eve is so goddamn fat. But she goes to the same place, the same heathen works there. And what do you think they're doing? They're feeding you GMOs, they're feeding you, right? You got to be mindful of the air you breathe, the water that you drink, right? Because everything is defiled, right? Well, Jake likes normalcy. Jake is repetitive, right? But they don't realize that these things are bad for you. These things are affecting you. These things are affecting your physical, your mental health. Right? You don't fast. You don't pray. Right? You're not seeking the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Right? Isaiah 54 and 13. And all thy children shall be taught of the Lord, and great shall be the peace of thy people. Right? So that goes into the truth being out. The truth is out. Right? That's in the book of Jeremiah. Right? St. John chapter 6 and 6 and verse 45. St. John 6 and 45. It is written in the prophets, and they all shall be taught of God. Every man therefore that hath heard and have learned of the Father cometh unto me. Right? So they're all going to be taught of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. They're all going to, right? You're either going to hear about it, you're going to read about it, right? You're going to watch the videos. The truth is going to be out regardless, right? The understanding is going to flourish, and it's flourishing already, right? The Edomites, right? Everybody knows who they are now, because you nations already knew. Esau Edom, you already knew he was the goddamn devil. The Edomite, which is Esau Edom, the so-called white man, right? But Jake is always the last to know, to be in the know, right? Luke chapter 14, verse 21. So that servant came and shewed his lord these things. Then the master of the house, being angry, said to his servant, Go out quickly into the streets and lanes of the city, and bring in hither the poor, the maimed, the halt, and the blind. Right? Because we're poor but spiritually rich. Right? We're drawing back. Right? We go through particular stumbling blocks. Right? We're halted, maimed with tribulation, blind, spiritually blind, right? First Peter chapter 2 and verse 9. First Peter 2 and 9. But you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that you should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness to his marvelous light. Right? Being called out of darkness, meaning what? We understand that these things must come to pass. We understand the counsel of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. We see it for what it is, right? The devices of the heathen for what it is. Why the Lord is doing what he's doing. Why he's allowing particular things to happen, right? Isaiah 28 and 16. Isaiah 28 and 16. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation, a stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, a sure foundation. He that believeth shall not make haste. Right? And the scriptures say that there's a stone of stumbling and a rock of offense. Yahweh Shai, the fact that his name is Yahweh Shai. Right? Not my Jesus. Right? The fact that he's so-called black. Right? The fact that you can't accept that the other nations can't be saved. Esau can't be saved. Right? Maybe you have a white mother. Well, the Lord is not dealing with it. Does she cause you to have your kids? Yes. But she's not going to be saved. Right? It's that simple. Okay? It's not rocket science. Same with the resurrection, reincarnation. This thing that Vocab Malone is getting into. And you really got to be listening because these devils are slick. Right? To what they're saying. Like Vocab Malone. I'm not talking about everybody. Because we're not supposed to, every seducing spirit, every wind of doctrine, hell no. That's how Jake gets confused. Right? We deal with the issues at hand. Right?
When you're ready to die, say kill. When you're ready to die, say kill.
Matthew chapter 24 and verse 10. Neither be ye called masters, for one is your master, even Hamashayah. Right? Salakia, that's not what I meant to get. Did I write that down? Revelation 18 and 21. And the mighty angel took up a stone, like a great millstone, and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence, so the great city Babylon, thrown down, shall be found no more at all. Right? That's why the Lord said, keep pushing. Right? Keep grinding, like Yahweh Shai, that great millstone. But it says that many will be offended in that day. Right? You shall be hated by all nations for my name's sake. Right? So we understand that. We understand you're going to be offended, right? When the Lord said he's going to mess you up. Right? Did he not say in Isaiah chapter 53 that he pleased to bruise him? Right? He was pleased to bruise Yahweh Shai, in order for righteousness, all righteousness to be fulfilled. Right? If you don't understand that, then this thing is not for you. Right? The servant is not above his master. Right? Yeah, Jake will take an ass whooping for some PU, but you don't want to take an ass whooping for the Lord. Right? And you have no faith. You 2/3. You have no faith. You have no understanding. Right? You're destroyed for a lack of knowledge. right?
This channel is something for man is you're too fucking stupid. You'll never catch me. I'm too fast, too smart. This channel is something from Jeffrey, Tucker, Isaac, Lord. I don't know what's wrong with him.
Hebrews chapter 10, verse 7, right? Which is what Yahushua said. He says, my ears has thou opened, right? Come in the volume of the book. So if you don't like what's written in the volume of the book, then you're not of the elect, right? Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Brakatham, to be sincere Akim and Akwath, right? Shalom, shalom, right? May the Lord bless and keep the sincere remnant, right? I'm not talking about scoffers, I'm not talking about, right, those that are not seeking diligently the words of the Lord, right? I'm talking about those that are diligently in the word and understand what we say. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 7. Right? So we don't have to do no 5-hour lives and bring out 1,000 precepts. See, I brought out my points before I even finished my precepts. Right? Because it has to be in your mind. Right? You gotta have these precepts in your mind. You gotta be able to right? And that's without the notes. I did that without the notes. Brought out my points because you have to, right, understand what you're trying to teach, right? And the points were brought out, right? The scriptures are clear. Salvation is for the remnant of the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. The RFID chip is a mark of the beast. Who can but prophesy Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelite camp, right? So-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, as well as the confusion of face. Some of our people look like other nations because we have took wives of the other nations in times past, right? So it's simple, right? 5-minute cities, dissension, false flag events, Jenkins being demonized. Some that look like other nations, they don't realize, right, that the Lord is calling them back, right? America's under siege. The RFID chip is a mark of the beast. World War III is coming. Martial law, FEMA camps, more store closures. Right now is the time to seek the words of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. It's not Jehovah. It's not Yahuwah. It's Yahweh. By Hashem Yahushai. Now Yeshua, Yeshushua, Yahushai, Hamashiach. Ha meaning he, Mashiach meaning anointed. Right? We are the children of the prophets. Right? The Jews, right? The Gentiles are the same people. Right? They are of the same nation. Right? Some fell into a Gentile state of mind, and some kept the ways of their fathers. Right? The stranger, we are the stranger until we return back to the truth. Right? And now we're calling the remnant, right? Which we all fell into a Gentile state of mind. Right? Hebrews chapter 10, verse 7. Verse 5, wherefore, when he cometh in the world, he saith, sacrifice and offering thou wouldest not, but a body hast thou prepared for me, and burnt offerings and sacrifices for sin thou hast no pleasure. but a body has thou prepared for me via regeneration, via you being in your lot, right? The righteous fulfilling their work, works following them. Some of us being put to death before Yahushua returns. Even when the chariots come, those that are put to death are going to be first to be caught up in the air. You're going to have the first place in the resurrection, right? Meaning they're going to be caught up from the grave, right? And right along with the elect that are still alive, placed back into their own land. That's the first resurrection. The second resurrection is 2/3, right? Coming back in the kingdom of heaven after they receive their judgment out of the loins of the elect as children of the resurrection, right? GMS, Yahweh's gift 3, hold your peace. You don't need to respond to that scoffer. And I say that very politely, right? There's a time to speak. There's a time not to speak, right? I appreciate the you speaking, but right, they asked me the question, so right, I have a right to respond or not, right? I have a right to speak for myself or not. But I appreciate it, Ak, right? How about you, Yahshua Brakatah, right? But again, this is about sound words. It cannot be condemned, right? Yahweh Shai, they wanted to catch him in his words, right? You're not going to do that with us. The Lord has given us the wisdom to not fall for your foolishness, right? We're privy to the devices. We're privy to the devices of the devil, right? To the snares, right? We know you well, right? That's what you have to do. You got to know your enemy, right? And like scriptures say, rejoice, right? Psalms chapter 40, verse 6. Right, so there's various forms of regeneration. There's various forms of reincarnation, right? We have to know how to distinguish one from the other. You have to know what the meaning of certain things are. You can't just go walking around like a fool, right? Apostle Paul said, make straight your feet to the path, right? Which is, Yahushua spoke about that as well, right? He said, have a single eye. Keep your eye single, right? He's talking about keeping your eyes on the prize, right? It's not as hard as you think it is, right? Keeping your eye single all day, every day. Psalms chapter 40, verse 6. Sacrifice and offering thou hast not desired, thine ears hast thou opened. Burnt offering and sin offering hast thou not required. Right? So 2/3 they're offended, right? They stumble at the word, and the word is a stumbling onto them, because they think, okay, resurrection means one thing. Okay, there's no spiritual resurrection. Just like I believe that was Yashawamba or Apostle Ramlag, where he said that the Sadducees, they didn't believe in resurrection. They were just OT only, OT only, right? because they didn't have that spiritual discernment, right?
Yes, right. It's a very sophisticated program, which is why I asked you to design it. Because it says, who should we say? I said you won't die. Now, in real life, as a normal
Salakia, that's just a scoffer.
who designed
That's
this
a
program?
Hamite.
It's like Julia
Don't
Child,
mind, don't mind.
and 9 people from interior design.
He's gonna be busy looking for bread when that famine hits. Now he's laughing, but that's cool. That's fine. But like I said, we're here for the remnant. I thought it was an Edomite, but he might be an Edomite too. But anyways, right? So this is why I said earlier, Yahushua, he didn't understand the things that he understood as Solomon, right? Did he understand? He knew all things except the day of the Lord, which is why he said it's not given you for you to know the times of the seasons, right? But Jeremiah, he didn't understand the visions, right? That's why there's a difference between right, reincarnation, resurrection, right? One falling in their lot, one returning to their lot, vice versa, and understanding times, seasons. See, Solomon had that understanding. And Elder Apostle Hall recently went over that. He said, I knew the duration of the stars and such, how the earth was created, the elements, right? But he didn't know. He didn't know it was him, right? Because it wasn't given to him. Because he didn't know he was Yahweh Shai. He didn't know he was Adam, right? The Lord gave him wisdom. See, these are the things you got to pick up when you're watching the lessons, right? But Jeremiah didn't understand the visions, right? See, Yahweh Shai understood that a remnant would return to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai of the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, which are the Israelites, the Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelite Camp, are the ones giving you the 100% truth. The Most High God, whose name is Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai Hamashiach is who you call Jesus Christ, or Jesus the Christ, the anointed, right? Romans chapter 13 and verse 1. So what does Romans 13 speak about? The laws of the land. Following the laws of the land, right? We're not going to be out here putting those to death, right? We're not out here being over righteous, right? Get our daily bread, right? So we can deliver the message to the remnant, to preach, right? To admonish, and to give to exhortation as well, right? Which a lot of us, we don't really appreciate Romans 13 as much as we should. I'm going to show you why, right? Because you missed Apostle Paul's point, right? Because a lot of you camps, you use Romans 13 to justify, right? Oh, we can't do this, we can't do that, right? Let every man be convinced in his own mind, right? Romans 13 and 1, let every soul be subject to the higher powers, for there is no power but of God. The powers that be are ordained of God, Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of God. They that resist shall receive to themselves damnation. Right? That goes into one, the law of the land. Two, your elders that you have received the truth from. It's not talking about, let's say, a goddamn demon, right? Where the familiar spirit comes up to you and, okay, I'm your manager. So therefore I am part of that law of the land. No. That was going into laws of the land and the heads of congregations. Right? Because how do you receive damnation? If you don't receive their teaching. And if you don't search whether those things be so, and you try to do your own thing, you're not going to break down the scriptures correctly. Right? Romans 13:3, for rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil. Without then not be afraid of the power. Do that which is good, thou shalt have praise of the same. Right? So when you're right, you're right. IUIC, like I say, I give them props for going into the history and bringing out books. Right? So we give credit where credit is due. But if you're going off, right, we're going to call you out. I don't care if you're in GMS or not. Great Millstone or not. I don't care if the scriptures say do not let your elder cause you to fall. Right? But Wadi Yahweh Shemel Shai, for elders and apostles of Great Millstone, which have a, I got it. Water Yahweh Shemel Shai for elders and apostles of Great Millstone, because right? Because they're speaking the right thing. Right? So that's what the body does, right? We admonish, right, those that are going off. Verse 4, for he is the minister of God to thee for good, but if thou do that which is evil, be afraid, for he beareth not the sword in vain, for he is the minister of God, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil. A good example is that rebellion that took place in the ancient Roman Empire, right? And that centurion asked Paul the apostle, he said, are you with that group that caused that rebellion? Or thou that Egyptian? Right? What happened to them men that sought their own way? The Lord sent Esau to slay them. Right? Which is why God, for example, IUIC started going to these churches, and one of them got shot at. Right? Romans 13:5, wherefore you must need be subject, not only for wrath, but also for conscience sake. Right? So no, it's not saying forsake the truth and, okay, because it's the law of the land, the microchip. It's the law of the land. Oh well, Romans 13. No. And I'll show you why. Romans 13:6. For this cause pay you tribute also, for they are God's ministers, attending continually upon this very thing. Right? That goes into paying taxes. Right? If you want to give your camp a tithe, that's fine. Right? Our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, they have a tithe system or a place to give tithes. That's fine. Right? Romans 13:7, render therefore all their dues, tribute to whom tribute is due, custom to whom custom, fear to whom fear, honor to whom honor. Owe no man anything but love one another. He he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law. Verse, here's a point. Verse 11, and that knowing that the time now is high time to wake up out of sleep, for now our salvation is nearer than we believed. Or Salakia, that's not what I'm looking for. What is it? Romans 13 and 13. Is that Romans 13? Romans 13 and 13. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting or in drunkenness, not in chambering or wantonness, not in strife or envying, but put on the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof. Right, walking honestly is what? Giving doing your thing in society, right? If you're doing the work, you can still do the work, right? Render custom to whom custom is due, right? But you're not supposed to go off. You either love the world or you love money. Or you either love money or the truth. You cannot serve God and mammon. It's simple as that, right? Do some brothers have good jobs? Yeah. Some of us got good jobs, right? Government jobs, or whatever the case may be, right? Some of you jakes, right? You love to sell out and pervert the words of the Lord. So every man will receive according to his works at the end of the day, right? And at the end of the day, that's what the scriptures say. Hashem, Hamashiach, Yahushai. With that, giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great middle stone. Lord willing, you ratified. Kwame Sha'ala, Abad Babal, and Shalom. Abad Babal, Shalom.